Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Murphy. I'm the General Manager of Liverpool Plains Shire Council. I will be conducting the initial part of the meeting in the absence of the Mayor, because we'll be shortly carrying out the election of the Mayor and Deputy Mayor. So consistent with Section 747A of the Local Government Act 1993, this meeting of Liverpool Plains Shire Council is being live streamed to Council's website. A webcast of this meeting will be published to Council's website at www.liverpoolplains.nsw.gov.au so that it's available for viewing by members of the public. I'd like to welcome everybody to the first Council meeting of the incoming term of Council, and especially family and friends and members of the media who have made the effort to come along today. I'd now like to do the acknowledgement of country and council prayer, so if I can ask you, if you're able, please to stand. Today we gather on the land of the Kamilaroi Nation. We therefore need to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of this land. We also pay our respects to Aboriginal elders, both past and present, and further extend that respect to other adults who have joined us here today. The Council Prayer. Lord, we ask that you watch over this Council, guide us in our deliberations and decisions for the betterment of all the people of our Shire and Australia. Thank you. Please be seated. I note that there are no apologies or applications for a leave of absence. There are no disclosures of interest that have been disclosed. I'm now going to ask Mr. Dean Frost, Director of Corporate and Community Services, to assume the chair as the returning officer to conduct the election of the Mayor and Deputy Mayor in accordance with Clause 394 and Schedule 7 of the Local Government General Regulation 2021. Thank you, Mr. Frost.
Thank you, Mr. General Manager. The first item of business relates to the election of the Mayor. And as the returning officer, it's my responsibility to conduct the election. Prior to the meeting, we have received one nomination for the position of Mayor, and that's Councillor Ken Cudmore. In accordance with the regulations, I call for any other nominations from the floor if anyone else would wish to nominate for the position of Mayor. I'll put that once, put that twice, 3 times, so I'm assuming that there's no more nominations for the position of Mayor. So as we have only had, I need to confirm, Councillor Cudmore, that you are supportive or agreeing to that nomination? Yes, good. Given that we've only had one nomination, it's my pleasure to announce that Councillor Cudmore has been duly elected to the position of Mayor of the Liverpool Plains Shire Council. So congratulations, Councillor Cudmore. Thank you very much. I'll move on to the second item, which relates to the position of Deputy Mayor. Within the Local Government Act, there is no absolute requirement for councils to have a Deputy Mayor. But it's been the custom and practice of this council to have a Deputy Mayor, and it's quite common across councils within local government. But before we launch into the election, we need to confirm by a resolution that the council wishes to create a position of Deputy Mayor. So the recommendation is that council resolves to elect the Deputy Mayor to hold office for the mayoral term. So can I have a mover for that motion?
Sorry, Mr. Frost.
Do I have a seconder for that motion? Thank you, Councillor Simpkin. Does Councillor Cohen, do you wish to speak to that?
No, Mr. Frost.
Okay. Does anyone else wish to speak either for or against the motion? Okay, so with that, I put the motion that Council resolves to elect the Deputy Mayor to hold office for the period of the mayoral term. Can I see a show of hands for yes? Those against? Nil, so that is carried. Prior to the meeting, I've received 2 nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. One of those is from Councillor Donna Lawson. So Councillor, can I confirm that you are comfortable in your nomination?
Yes, thank you.
The second one is related to, from Councillor Simkin. Can I confirm, Councillor Simkin, that you're comfortable with the nomination?
Yes, Mr. Frost.
Thank you. Given that we have two nominations, we do need to conduct an election. As you'll see within the business papers, there are three methods of conducting an election, and we need to resolve as a council which of those methods that the council wishes to choose. For the purposes of the gallery, there is one of the methods is open voting, which is essentially a show of hands. An ordinary ballot, which is essentially a secret ballot, where people put a cross next to the councillor that they prefer, or there's a preferential ballot, which doesn't really make much sense when we've only got two people nominated. So what I would like to do is that a councillor moves a motion on one of those methodologies that the council conduct the election in, either open voting, ordinary ballot, or preferential ballot. So,
Mr. Frost.
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Frost, I'd like to formally move that council have an open voting show of hands without in relation to Deputy Mayor.
do I have a second for that? Councillor Robertson, thank you. Councillor Cohen, do you wish to speak to that?
Yes, Mr. Frost. As it's been traditionally done under the open voting system and for transparency to the open gallery, I'd like to propose that we conduct this in this manner. Thank you.
Does anybody else wish to speak for or against the motion? Okay, with that, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Nil. So we will conduct the election with the open voting or show of hands method. There's a little bit of work to be done with my able assistant here. What we need to do is to write the names of the two nominated councillors. We put them in the box. We'll pull out a name. That person is the first person. Councillor X will be the first person that we ask for, and then the second one. So we've got Councillor Simkin. Okay, so the first person I will call will be Councillor Simkin. So I'll put to the vote that Councillor Simkin be elected as the Deputy Mayor. So those in favour of election of Councillor Simkin, raise their hands. Okay, can you leave your hands up? We just need to record for the record. Okay, that's 3 votes. The next person is obviously Councillor Donna Lawson. So via a show of hands, see who wishes to support Councillor Lawson. With 4 votes, I declare that Councillor Lawson has been elected as Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor Lawson. With that, my job is done today in terms of chairing the meeting, and hand over to Councillor Cudmore to assume the chair, and wish him all the best over the next years as Council's Mayor. Thank you.
Firstly, before I start, I'd just like to thank the fellow councillors for their show of support, for voting me in as Mayor for the next 2 years, and I look forward to working with you all. And I think we'll make a very formidable council, and it's great to see a few new faces. And but thank you very much, and I hope I can do the job you know, to the best of my ability. But anyway, thank you. So I would like to move to suspend standing orders. This is so we can get a little bit more organised. This is the first gig I've done at this level. So can someone move to that we go into standing orders, please? Councillor Kane, and a second, please. Councillor Lawson. Do you wish to speak on the motion?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Does anyone else wish to speak on the motion? So I would like all in favour? Against? Carried. So what happens now? So we're just going to a little adjournment for 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
So just for the benefit of the gallery, as Mayor Cudmore has said, this is his first time as a mayor. As you can understand, it can be quite daunting. We still have a business paper to go through. It's just going to take us a little while to go through the next lot of agenda items procedurally so that the mayor is comfortable with the next part of the meeting. So we'll adjourn for a short while. Please don't go anywhere, we'll come back and then we'll conclude the meeting and carry on from there. So I'll just ask the media just to be a little bit patient. The meeting is still in progress, it has been suspended, but it's still in progress. At the end of the meeting, we can have some photos and whatever else that you might need. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I would like to move to resume standing orders. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Allen. Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak for or against the motion? All in favour? Thank you. Against? Carried. So, item 4.3 of the extraordinary council meeting agenda is the delegations to Mayor and Deputy Mayor. The recommendation reads as that Council, number one, pursuant to section 377 of the Local Government Act 1993, delegate to the Mayor and in the Mayor's absence, the Deputy Mayor, the powers, authorities, duties and functions of the Council listed in the instrument of delegation appended in Annexure A, subject to the limitations listed in the instrument of delegation. Number two, adopts the Mayor's financial delegation limits contained in the financial delegation register appended at Annexure B. Number three, notes that the delegation of functions to the Mayor and Deputy Mayor are to be exercised in accordance with A, the requirements of any applicable Act of Parliament, and B, any resolution or policy procedure or budget adopted from time to time by the Council. And number four, revoke all previous delegation of functions to the Mayor and Deputy Mayor. Do I have a mover?
So moved, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Cowan. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Allen. Does the mover wish to speak to the motion?
No, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? All in favour? Against? Carried. 4.4, count back for casual vacancy in office of councillor. The recommendation that Council, 1, determine that casual vacancies occurring in the office of a councillor within 18 months after the last ordinary election of councillors for Liverpool Plain Shire Council on the 14th of September 2024 be filled by a count back of votes cast at that election for the office pursuant to section 291A of the Local Government Act 1993. Number 2, request the General Manager notify the New South Wales Electoral Commissioner of the above resolution within 7 days of the decision. Do I have a mover, please? Councillor Simpson. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Kane. Does the mover wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? All in favour? Against? Carried. 4.5. The appointment of councillor representatives to Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. The recommendation reads that Council, 1, adopt the updated Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee charter attached as Annexure B. Number 2, appoint a councillor as the councillor representative to the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee for the entire council term. I, as Mayor, would like to move the following. That Council, 1, adopt the updated Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee charter attached as Annexure B. And number 2, appoint a councillor as the councillor representative and an alternative delegate to the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee for the entire council term. Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor Simpson. Before we vote, do I have any nominees for councillor representative and alternative delegate? Councillor Simpson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to nominate Councillor Lawson.
Thank you. We need an alternative, please. Councillor Lawson.
I'd like to nominate that Councillor Cohen be the main representative councillor, and I would like to be the alternate.
We do that. Councillor Cowan, are you happy with that?
Yes, Mayor, yes.
I will read the recommendation again, noting the nomination of Councillor Cowan and Councillor Lawson as the alternative delegate. That council, number one, adopt the updated Audit Risk and Improvement Committee Charter attached as Annex B and appoint Councillor Cowan as the councillor representative and Councillor Lawson as the alternative delegate to the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee for the entire council term. I've moved it and Councillor Simpkin has seconded the motion. Anyone wish to speak for or against the motion? All in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. So the meeting closed at 2:55. Thank you very much, and thank you very much to the gallery for coming.